deal with airplane peanuts.
From Theo Von reading Elon's tweets about Donald Trump directly to the vice president on this past weekend.
And just hit the airwaves today. Bring it up,
man.
dude.
Oh, man.
Elon Musk, time to drop the really big bomb.
I haven't even seen this one.
To comedians doing jokes about the story on stage.
One of the most insane bouts I've ever watched take place in my life. In case you haven't heard.
This video contains over 30 minutes of comedians all reacting to the Elon Musk versus Donald Trump situation, starting off with young Jamie pulling up the tweet in front of Joe Rogan and Kash Patel just 24 minutes after it was posted.
Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day. Jesus Christ.
I'm just staying out of the Trump-Elon thing. That's way outside my lane.
What the fuck are they doing?
I know my lane and that ain't it.
I understand he owns Twitter. I think it's bad for your mental health. I think posting things public all day and arguing with people all day is bad for you.
Here's my basic reaction to like all this stuff is look, first of all, I'm the vice president to President Trump. My loyalties are always going to be with the president. I think that Elon, he's an incredible entrepreneur. He's actually done, I think Doge was really good. This sort of effort to root out waste, fraud, and abuse in our country was really good. And look, man, I'm always going to be loyal to the president, and I hope that eventually Elon kind of comes back into the fold. Maybe that's not possible now because he's gone so nuclear.
Well,
but I hope it is, man.
Because to hurt. Why though? Do you know why?
Yeah, I mean, Elon's new to politics, right? His businesses are being attacked nonstop. They're literally like firebombing some of his cars. And by the way, we're looking into a lot of this stuff. I mean, some of that stuff we're looking into is an act of terrorism.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. You know, it's the cup has runneth over. I told you that would happen. I'm not the only one. This is not one of those predictions where I'm going to run around and do a victory lap because many, many people saw this coming from a mile away. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, two massive egos, two alpha dudes, two people that like things their way. One of them on ketamine. This is going to be a problem. You cannot invite the richest guy in the world into the White House, high on ketamine, make him a pretend president for like a month where he has an army of like coders running around grabbing sensitive information from all these government agencies and then telling him that like your time is up. This guy got in there and he thought he was going to be like the shadow president, or I don't know what he thought. I don't know if he thought. He's on drugs. He's running around with a chainsaw. He's firing people from the National Park Service on a whim, which that of all the things he has done, that is one I'm for. That was the one I was for, to randomly call up. People go, oh, do you work at Zion National Park? Not anymore.
Nothing different going on, except for the fact that Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they've had a split up. It must be the vaccine. I don't know what happened, but they're both having side effects. It doesn't look like they're BFF anymore. And Forbes put out an article that Elon Musk is indeed an absolute ketamine addict. Is this slander or is it a truth? We don't know. He also showed up with a black eye to the White House. So I don't know, maybe one of his wives hit him. I mean, the kid does live like a Mormon. He has a Mormon lifestyle. He's sort of a transhumanist Mormon, which is very ironic because he's trying to transcend being a human on this planet, but he's living like some of the most backwards people that we still have in this country. Mormons! He's got 12 wives, something like that. He's either a Mormon or an NBA player. That's his lifestyle, but he did show up with a black eye, and Macron did get punched by his boyfriend.
He showed up to the Oval Office for his last day of work, higher than his rockets go. This man was in the Oval Office standing next to the President of the United States, tweaking. This man was over here hitting the... He looked like he arguing 5 minutes into the future. It was wild to watch. This man over... could not stop moving. At one point, the only, like, you have to watch the video, but like, the only way I could describe it is he felt like a slow Michael Jackson, right? Like, just, he was just over here like,
ask you this. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, who wins?
I don't know. Honestly, like, I am seeing a lot of people reveling in this today. A lot of people are having fun, laughing about it. But, like, if we could take a minute and just be human beings, like, if the New York Times report is correct, like, this gentleman is suffering from substance abuse issues. Donald Trump, as we know, had that in his family. He saw his brother destroyed by drugs and alcohol. I don't know. I don't know how much. Listen, I'm a blue comedian, but, you know, I don't know if it's right for us to forget that we're adults and that, you know, someone is suffering. And to be honest with you, if you
give him the Kanye defense.
If you look at the tweets today, these gentlemen are in pain, and I think we live in a tremendously lonely time right now, and so we forget like how painful it is to lose a friend, you know. And when you work with someone for so long, it is painful. You know, they've worked very closely. These gentlemen have the weight of the world on their shoulders. What I'm doing?
I'm not.
Why are you smiling?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
These gentlemen have the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Wait, which is the drug-addled one that we should be merciful to? Trump or Musk?
Trump is on drugs too?
I don't know
thought
that either is on
teetotaler.
drugs. He does not drink.
He doesn't drink, right?
So you think Musk
Fred
may be affected by addiction, and that's what we're seeing?
Well, I mean, I would hope that he could get the help that he deserves. I've had friends have substance abuse problems, and like living this out in public, it must be very difficult.
So you think
plus,
that
I would
he's
love
going bad
both
on
of them.
Trump, not for legitimate reasons?
I would love both of these gentlemen to be guests on the Adam Friedland Show.
Of course you would.
So,
with Elon Musk and Donald Trump more specifically, I certainly thought it was maybe not inevitable, but quite likely that it would end in this way or something similar to this. I didn't think it would get quite so fiery, quite so fast. Of course, it's important to remember with all of this stuff that there were tremendous efforts from the very beginning of Donald Trump's second term to undermine that relationship. It was an attempt by the corporate media and the establishment of, I think, both political parties to kind of drive a wedge between the two of them. All this talk, this ridiculous talk that people were saying, you know, is Elon Musk really the president? All of this stuff was always designed to drive a wedge between Trump and Elon Musk. By the way, you got to say, for all the people who were saying Elon Musk is the real president, this looks pretty bad for them. I'm not holding my breath that we'll get apologies from any of them anytime soon, but it does make that look like pretty ridiculous that you thought Elon Musk was the one who really was in charge of the White House, seeing as how he's now not only out at Doge, but is now, I would imagine, an enemy of Donald Trump's.
Have a nice day, DJT. Like the most chick shit I've ever heard of in my life.
Elon's being a bit more of a chick here.
Dude, isn't that like literally like, yeah, my ex-boyfriend is gay at the bathhouse. Have a nice life.
That's 100% of the things you always see, like the rappers or basketball players' ex-girlfriends posting.
Oh, yeah, exactly. No, it's like NBA hoes who get passed around, you know, and then they like the one doesn't wife them up.
Tell him about what you made me do in the bedroom that one time. Have a nice day. He likes to be pegged. Have a nice day.
Exactly. It's like he likes to get his ass eaten. Okay. Anyways, have fun in the finals.
You can tell who broke up with who by how people move after a breakup. You know what I mean? Like, because while Trump is talking, Elon is tweeting. He's tweeting, and it's a lot. This dude goes all the way back to Trump's old tweets from like 2013, 2015, where he's like, I can't believe what they're doing with the spending bill. This is such irresponsible spending. If you have this much of a deficit, you won't have a country. And he's going back and showing all these old tweets, and he's quote tweeting them like wise words. Once again, you can tell who broke up with who, because for you to scroll back to 2013, you hurt. You are mad. You know how much his thumbs must be exhausted. 2013 tweets. Trump was tweeting 272 times a day, and he made it all the way back to 2013, which means he read them all. He hurt. So he hitting them with the 2013 "this you" text, like that's crazy.
So now Elon retweets something that says wise words.
It's from 2013. Though.
And it's old Trump tweets from 2013, 2012 talking about Congress and the deficit. Now let's go to the next tweet. And this is where it gets a little hairy. Then Trump goes on Truth Social and says, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's government subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it.
Elon was wearing thin. I asked him to leave. I took away his EV mandate that forced everyone to buy electric cars that nobody else wanted, that he knew for months I was going to do, and he just went crazy.
Crazy!
Elon Musk publicly said he was for getting rid of that mandate.
Yes he was. Yes, he did.
Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. It seems like, and this is just me guessing, and I don't know Mr. Musk. I never met Mr. Musk. One time he fed my buddy spaghetti at a party, though, dude. My buddy, people were raging and shit. And
your buddy couldn't feed himself the spaghetti?
Well, my buddy said he offered my buddy some spaghetti, and my buddy said, "Yeah, I'd like to have some." And then instead,
but only if you feed it to him.
But instead of getting him a plate of spaghetti, he made him some and put it in his mouth, dude.
Does your buddy know Frederick Douglass?
My buddy, I'll say this: my buddy actually is a friend of FDR. Or no.
That's different.
Sorry, of shit.
Frederick.
God, dude.
Okay.
Ruin this shit, dude. Dude, civics, man, chill out. But do you think that he just thinks that there's too many, that it's not a fair bill for the people? Do you think Elon Musk is for the people?
I think that he's making a mistake in going after the president.
Okay.
I think his heart is in the right place, man. Okay. I do.
There's only one tweet left to be sent at this point, and it's literally Elon Musk being like, "Yeah, and Trump's got a small dick."
I was actually, I'm not kidding. I was thinking that exact same
Dude,
thing. on the way
literally,
over
it's
here.
like a boyfriend, girlfriend breaking up, and
It's a straight up cat fight, and the next drop is that your dick's small.
that's the only thing left. Call them a fucking pedophile.
Millimeter Millimeter Donald.
Yeah, Millimeter Don.
That's
Tic Tac Don.
You kind of actually, that actually is the internet version of your dick small is you're a pedophile.
Yeah, literally. He's just like, remember, like Elon had the whole lawsuits against him because he called that Thai diver pedo guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's his go-to. He thinks that's the height of a put down to be like, yeah. Well, you're a pedo.
This is what happens when people who don't listen to rap hear about it. Like, Elon didn't have the context for the Kendrick and Drake beef, so immediately he was like, oh yeah, he's a pedophile. All right. I was like, all right, you can't skip to that. You gotta build up. That's the nuclear bomb of the argument. There's a reason politicians don't do it. There's a mutually assured destruction. Because they're all pedophiles. And that's how we keep the world safe, dude. It's a real... It bummed me out, honestly, just watching them go at it like that. Because, Elon's on the spectrum. And I'm a big fan of Love on the Spectrum. And my greatest fear has always been to watch one of these couples break up, because it would be so sad. And I got to see that today, and it was as sad as I thought. Elon was like, all right, fine, then I'm decommissioning my rockets. So I was like, the rockets were his love language. No! Not the rockets, Elon. I don't need your rockets, Elon. I was, no! Don't do it. He loves you!
I mean, he's saying you're a pedophile. It's like, okay, you don't even have sex with the girls that you impregnate.
You fucking robot freak.
You friggin' tech freak. You don't even have sex with these girls. You have a list of hot chicks. You haven't even put your dick inside them, you loser.
Yeah,
at least
I've seen your DMs.
At least when I was with Epstein in New York going to Manhattan penthouses, we had bitches, You're having a sperm taken in a cup and put it in their vagina.
Basically. Yeah, dude, this whole...
So that's when his aides are like, all right, don't tweet that one.
Trump should have seen it coming, though. I mean, the second Elon Musk left the White House, you knew he was going to do something. I don't know if you know a lot about Elon Musk, but he loves people from afar. People are having fun online. I see a lot of people going like, can you imagine how crazy history classes are going to be in 100 years? Which is a funny thought. But guess what? There's not going to be history classes in 100 years.
I think getting canceled is over now with what the Tesla guy and the reality show guy have just been this overtly racist, anti-Semitic, all of this type of stuff. Those two guys are the biggest ballless sack cowards ever. And this is not like a political opinion. I'm not trashing the Republican Party. I'm talking about those two guys. What they go after, they just prey on the powerless. It's so funny now that they broke up and they're having this mean girls spat.
Oh my God, so
Everybody I know has been saying like, yeah, he's like, he went to Epstein Island. It's like, well, when did you know that?
The other side of that was that people are saying that to Elon Musk, because Elon Musk, it's the equivalent of, imagine I said this to you, just so you know, like Danny Polishuk like had sex with tons of kids. So just so you know, and you go, when did you know that? And you go, yeah, I've known for years. And you go, it's kind of an indictment of yourself as well.
Yeah, totally. And then Elon,
just so
dude.
you know, yeah, because we did the podcast together, I didn't tell anyone, but he's got a lot of kids in his basement. Yeah, I said it.
And then Elon, this is another great one. The Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year. Just basically saying like, like literally like, hey, you know,
another thing,
like another thing, you know that stupid app you've been working on that you're trying to raise money for? It sucks and it's losing money.
But that's also another kind of indictment too, where it's like, so you admit you were lying.
Well, tons of people with the Epstein stuff where they're like, wait, so you knew Trump was in the Epstein files, and
he's basically saying like, I can't hold it anymore. I've got info.
Basically, but then all these people are like,
his ears were his secret chest was burning.
Yeah, but then all these people are like, wait, so you knew Trump was on the Epstein files, and you were willingly working with him just because it was like you could get access to all this power and just like,
and you knew the tariffs were going to be bad.
Further your agenda, like you knew all this stuff was bad, and you're just like. Just kind of willingly going along with it.
Right now, we're recording on a mere few hours ago, Elon Musk
and Trump are at war.
Yeah.
Shots fired. It's awesome. Everything we've said for the last, 5 months?
Hey, we were right about everything.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
We were just right too early, so we lost some money for it.
And and Trump is handling it like a little puppy dog's just nipping at his heels. He's like, he's not even responding in a, like, placating him almost.
I've been driving, so I haven't really got to keep up with it. Is he firing shots?
No, Elon's like going crazy.
Elon's going scorch mode on Twitter.
It feels a lot like Seth Simon's trying to cancel Shane.
Yeah.
Like it feels like the loser
like
trying
Trump's
to get at the
holding
big dog.
him. Yeah, he's holding him and he's like swinging under his arms a little bit. And then Trump was just like, I'll just cancel all the subsidies that keep your business afloat.
But
so
MAGA split. Elon's John. No more on the Trump train. He got off. He's getting back. He's getting on the Elon EV train.
It's sad. It's retard civil war.
Yeah, Trump is
tard against tard, brother against brother.
Trump is burning Elon's cartoonishly oversized MAGA hats in the White House right now. But yeah, he said he's a pedophile. He's
basically called him a pedophile.
Called him a pedophile.
He said he was on the Epstein list, which is also funny. He's like, I knew he was on the Epstein list. That was fine.
But I got him.
Yeah.
I got him.
Yeah. He's like, I took my kid around him. I knew he was on the Epstein list. I took my human shield baby around him. You know, but I think I love it.
It's so entertaining.
I love it.
I kind of hope, because Trump's still obviously funny as hell, and he rocks.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping he kind of like deports Elon. You think he can get him deported?
That'd be
that would actually be great.
An El Salvadorian work camp.
Everybody's like, Bannon's been vindicated right now with all of this. Bannon is literally like, they need to deport Elon because he essentially...
And Elon saying impeach Trump.
Yeah, Elon saying impeach Trump and make J.D. Vance the president, which is crazy. And then Bannon is like, they need to investigate Elon because he basically fraudulently obtained his green card, so he's fraudulently a U.S. citizen, which there is a mechanism to
they're talking about
people.
sending him to El Salvador.
They're literally sending him back. And then you're like, that New York Times...
back, he's going to El Salvador.
Yeah, he's going to fucking the gulag. And then they had that piece on New York Times how he's like doing all these drugs and stuff all the time. So then he's like, they need to investigate him for all his drug use.
Did Trump say that he's a druggie yet, or is that Bannon?
No, this is Bannon. And then Trump was with the whole thing where he's like, the easiest way to save money in our budget, billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies. Elon Musk replies,
that's kind of saying like, how about, okay, well, you know what? How about your alimony gets disappeared? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then Elon Musk goes, in light of President's statements about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately.
What is that? I didn't get that.
It's essentially, it'll strand all the people in the space station. Like, it's how they like been getting people to and from this International Space Station. So essentially shut down the International Space Station. And I don't think there's anybody stranded in space now, but like, you know, it's one of those, it's literally like, I'm taking my car back kind of thing.
I'm taking the ball back. You can play basketball,
I'm taking the ball back. Yeah, enjoy your fucking hoop.
The only person calling for peace is Kanye West. crazy. It's crazy. And we knew that this thing was bound to happen, you know? Because you have to think of who Elon is as a person and who Trump is as a person, right? It's wild because one, richest man in the world, one, most powerful man in the world and everything, but they had a shaky alliance from the start because I don't think we gave Trump in the moment enough credit for how nice he was being to Elon. He was very nice to Elon because Elon weird. Elon weird, and Trump didn't say anything about it the entire time, acting like he didn't see it. Like, that's not who he is as a person. Trump is a natural bully. Like, that's what he does, you know? And he was very nice to Elon by omission. I'm not just talking about what he said, because Trump is always using superlatives if he likes you. If he likes you, you're the best, smartest, most amazing that's ever done it, right? That's how he speaks. But he was nice to Elon by what he didn't say. Because you gotta remember, Donald Trump is the same man who roasted the supreme leader of North Korea to his face. I don't know if y'all remember, it was like 2018 or something, and Kim Jong-un and him met up to have dinner and like talks and stuff like that, and there was a photographer there taking pictures of both of them before they sat down for the dinner, and Trump turned to the photographer and was like, "You making us all look nice and handsome and thin?" A lot of people think Kim Jong-un doesn't speak or understand English. He understands English. He consumes a lot of American media. And Kim Jong-un was even standing there like, did he? You know I kill people, right? Like, oh. That same guy was very nice to Elon. And he was nice to Elon by omission because Elon jumped in front of Trump. You saw the jump. The world saw the jumps. Trump invited Elon on stage, and Elon walked on stage like... This man showed bottom belly in front of Donald Trump. This grown man showed full belly button, broad daylight in front of Donald Trump, and Trump said nothing. Acting like he didn't see it.
You had to pick between Elon and Trump. Like them both?
I don't like either. That's the pig we have in the White House right now.
When it happens on social media, it gets even messier, as you probably know.
I'm off of social media.
I had an ex that was posting all this sort of stuff about me on social media after we broke up, saying your dick's small and stuff, but I know for a fact she'd... That's what she said about me, and I know she was lying because she told me before that size doesn't matter. After we break up, she goes on social media trying to change her story, so it's like now you know she's a liar on top of that.
She tries to hit a guy where it hurts.
Or I guess Trump's been hanging out with these other people like Steve Bannon, and he's like a bad influence.
That's what a king would do.
Get rid
We're
of Trump.
marching on the 14th, by the way. Come and cover it.
14th of this month?
Oh, come on. You're supposed to be in touch.
Well, I thought the Pride was this month. I can't go to every parade. I was planning on doing the Pride parade, and I was going to take my shirt off and swing it around and stuff like that. That's what I normally do.
On the 14th.
Yes, I already got my ball gag.
Is Flag Day.
Remove the L.
It is.
Or,
It's Flag Day.
Flag.
For a parade for his birthday.
I guess after your breakup, that's what you sort of do, right? You sort of rub it in, like, I'm making all my other friends are there. You're not even invited, Elon.
It's not a party, it's a parade. We will march down to Madison Square Park. I will have my poster.
Do you always have the pig poster?
Yes, but I have different ones. I have about 10 or 12 different ones.
You have 10 or 12 different Trump's a pig posters?
Well, they don't all say the same thing.
Do you make them all yourself?
Yes, I do.
I actually made a sign for the...
Pride Parade?
Yeah, and it said, my behind is enter only.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Just to let them know.
I know exactly what it means.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
I do.
dick in the ass. Yeah.
If you want more comedian reaction videos, subscribe to Joke World and check out the end screen right after this. We have compilations of comedians reacting to everything under the sun here, from the ladies going to space to Donald Trump getting shot, all the way back to the Will Smith slap and every big story in between. You can find 24/7 comedy news coverage right here on Joke World. And just so you know, anyone who does not subscribe to Joke World right now is officially on the Epstein list. Thank you for watching. I'd press subscribe if I were you. Also, free stickers, link in bio, or send us a message on Instagram.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.